welcome to Brooklyn Park Arena here for Northwest Suburban Conference Boys Hockey, as today it's the Armstrong-Cooper Wings paying a visit here to take on Totino-Grace, the home tenant here at Brooklyn Park, as the Eagles and the Wings get set to do battle. I'm Jay Wilcox, Dan Ficken joining me for the call. And yeah, two teams with pretty similar records coming in, although trending in a little bit opposite directions. Totino-Grace have won 4 of their last 5.
Yep.
Meanwhile, it's been after a strong start. The Wings have been faltering of late, although a lot of that has to do with the order of when these teams have played which opponents, too.
Exactly. You know, the Wings are 2-7 right now in their last 9, but they had the hard part of their schedule. It's going to get a little easier here now at the last end. They have a chance to move up a bit and get above 500. And then whereas Totino-Grace, their top dog opponents are coming up with Maple Grove, Champa Park, and Rogers. That ought to even things out a little bit.
Both of these teams, unfortunately, a little bit banged up today. They're going to be missing some key components with injuries and illness working in. Armstrong-Cooper has got one of their better young players, Lewis McCozak, will be out. Jamison Essen is battling a knee injury. He'll be playing, but you know, they've got some guys out and also missing one of their top guys, Charlie Gergen, out with illness. So. And same thing for Totino-Grace, missing one of their best defensemen tonight as well. So that part of it, but as they say, you don't get to put an asterisk by the game. You know, it's kind of next man up, and you view it as an opportunity for some of the other guys.
Well, exactly. I mean, that's the one thing you look at. It's an opportunity for other guys to step up and show what they got. You're going to have injuries. That's part of the deal, and you know, both teams will have to deal with that sometime during the season here. Just put your best foot forward and hope somebody steps up to the plate like they should.
Let's talk about key players for today's game, starting with the visiting Wings and Tanner Rausch, the junior, playing left wing on their first line. And Tanner is having himself a pretty good season.
Nice and even. I like it. 9 goals, 9 assists. I like to see the assists as much as the goals, as I've said before. But, you know, he's having a nice, consistent season. He's had 9 shots on goal, all turned into 9 goals.
And for the home team, the Eagles, Thomas Quast, a defenseman. He's a captain as a junior for them. And they like the way he moves the puck. He's just kind of that consummate all-around defenseman, good size at 6'2", 175. He'll block some shots for you. He'll move the puck up ice. They just like the way that he's been one of the quarterbacks of the defense for them.
Which is a bonus. I mean, you look at a guy that size, he's going to take up a lot of room, too, defensively, and really solidify down his side with that wingspan he's got. But he does step up, and he's got 1 goal, 7 assists. But a guy that can do both, play defense and move the puck and get a good, clean breakout, that's the kind of guy you want on your team.
I think both teams look at this as a game that they have a chance to get. As we said, pretty similar records coming in. And we'll see who has it this afternoon here at Brooklyn Park. It's Armstrong-Cooper and Totino-Grace up next here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
Anthem just completed here as Armstrong-Cooper and Totino-Grace get set to do battle here at the Brooklyn Park Community Center Arena. That's now the home of the Eagles, has been for a while now, but they've got the big TG painted up on the wall. They are the high school tenant here these days, and kind of I think a similar arena in some ways to New Hope Arena, Dan. Just kind of the old classic, and I think the ages are fairly similar as well. There's a look at Henry Dimich. He'll be starting in net here for Armstrong-Cooper. A record of 7-7 and a 4.32 goals against and an .836 save percentage for the Wings. And Totino-Grace has actually played 3 goalies this season. And getting the call today will be Will Warren, number 31. And Will 2-1 with a 3.67 goals against and an .880 save percentage for TG. There's a look at Will. And we are underway as the Wings get the puck in, and I think Armstrong-Cooper might be more or less a 2-line team today with those injuries. Dimich a save, and then the rebound chipped over the top of the net there as Clayton Durr getting an early rebound try there for Totino-Grace. They're trying to dig it out in the corner there, and now pushed toward the net there a little bit by Sam DeYoung, who had a couple goals against Blaine. This one goes up into the netting. We'll get a face-off in the Armstrong-Cooper zone.
That was a nice win against Blaine for the Grace Eagles, but both teams right now are on the verge of going in one of 2 directions. You're either going to start building up some wins or going to take a loss here, and that'll be a crushing blow for the team that loses this game.
Chipped off the glass and out. A little race for it there. Max Burns trying to get to it for the Wings, but instead it'll be the Eagles coming back hard. A little 2-on-3 rush here. Dimich fighting off that shot from Trey Peck. It's a very young second line for TG. A couple sophomores and a freshman. Good skating team, though. Coach Tim Parkos was telling us that they said we really can skate with just about everybody we play, but just the overall aspects of the game. Sometimes, we've had some nights where things get away. Like both teams here. I mean, they on a good night they're pretty good, and other nights they're beatable too, as you can see. So they both have just one game under 500. And playing some good competition. I mean, it's a tall ask for either of these programs to beat an Andover or a Maple Grove, or now Rogers is kind of in that same deal as well.
Well, and I remember too when people were screaming about Totino-Grace and these private schools and how they're getting all the talent and out there recruiting and stuff like that. I beg to differ, as you can see now by the relative records that the Grace has and some of the independent schools.
Eagles up with it here. A little pass floated ahead. They go to the net. Dimich making the save on Shane Dean, who was being checked and got a one-handed backhander pushed on net there.
Dimich has been really tested here.
Here's Roush up with it. Roush firing, and that one deflects up and over into the netting, and get a face-off coming up here.
Well, so far the Grace Eagles have gotten better opportunities and stuff. They look quick coming out of the zone, Jay. If they keep that coming out easy, breakout easy, they're gonna give some problems to the Wings.
Essen won the draw, but all the way back into his own zone as it went right up the middle there. Dayton Franke picking it up, swinging it ahead. Carried here by Essen. Shot and a goal. Well, Essen's been banged up, and they weren't sure, how much he was going to be able to go today, but he was just fine on that one, it looked like. He's had some knee issues, but able to sneak that one through Will Warren, and the Wings will go up 1-0.
Well, 13th goal of the year for Essen, and he's, with a busted knee, you'll hurt knee. He takes the shot where he isn't going to have any contact. Nice hard slap shot here. Finds the net, gets by Warren, and puts the Wings up here 1-0 early on in the game. It's tough to give one up this early in the game.
Coach Danny Charleston for Armstrong-Cooper was saying we want to get off to a good start here because we're kind of a roller coaster team sometimes emotionally, and if we don't start well, sometimes it's hard to get it back. Peyton Franke will get the lone assist on the goal there. Franke also made a good play just a moment ago here. Otherwise, it could have been a 2-on-1 for the Eagles. Ahead to Roush. Roush cutting it back across the middle. Ran into too much traffic, though, and gives it up. Chipped away and recovered here by the Wings with Sam Burns.
Got a delayed offside here coming through, and they're going to let the Eagles got a little bit of an opening there, and just, oh my gosh.
Pass to an open wing there, as I think somebody was off on a change, and so it results in an icing call here. We'll go back into the Totino-Grace zone.
I hate that when it happens. You see the guy over there, and all of a sudden he's climbing over the boards after you let the pass go.
It's that little portion of making clean changes is something that's sort of an overlooked part of the game. I mean, you just sort of take for granted by the time you're on, varsity players that you can, feel it and do it smoothly, but it doesn't always work that way.
I know.
Here's a chance for a 2-on-1 now for the Eagles. Quick shot, Dimich able to make the save on Sam Johnson, as the defenseman kind of played it up the middle there and took the pass away, and Johnson, the shot was denied. Back the other way, shot attempt there taken and blocked as Max Burns had an attempt. Back we go end to end. Nice move to the net. Oh, and Dimich making a save there, as Carson Border taking it to the net for Totino-Grace. Got to believe an up and down game favors the Eagles. A little bit faster team overall, I would think, and they've gotten a couple of opportunities here. Dimich having to make some big saves. Johnson throwing that one ahead. Then it was nearly taken back. Little jousting behind the play there. Referee took a long look, but no call. Dimich will throw it ahead now up toward Max Burns. They get it in deep here, and Grace will have a chance to break it out with AC changing.
A nice play by Henry Dimich, the goalie for the Wings. He made a nice play to a pass in the wing. Got the puck out of the zone.
Nice move to the net and a wraparound try there. Sam DeYoung. Little give and go. DeYoung trying to tuck that one in. It went off Dimich's stick and high up in the air. DeYoung gets it right back. Then his pass, though, picked off by Roush. Roush is all alone, though, trying to go to the net. He's a big, strong forward. Flip that pass back, and the Eagles able to take it out, and here they come back the other way here. Totino-Grace trailing at 1-0, but they've gotten a few pretty good chances.
Well, the Grace Eagles are a good counter-strike team, man. They just really get off on a counterattack really fast. You can tell by the way they're getting out of the zone and have created some good opportunities for themselves.
That's going to be a slash coming up. Ooh, Ben Box took a hard slash there, and he's hurting a little bit. So once the Wings gain control, they'll be penalized here, as Eagles going to get a power play opportunity. They wait for an extra attacker to come on now, as this delayed power play coming. Tapped out front there by Colton Horak, and now the Wings get it, and we're going to have the slash call. And this was a no-doubter, and Ben Box didn't feel so great after taking that slash. As headed to the box there is Essen.
And the goal scorer is going to have to make up for this penalty here, but boy, Grace did a nice job. They really pulled it all the way back once that hand signal went up and reformed, and got it going with six attackers here.
Wings, though, win the draw. Ooh, big hit, but mostly avoided. Now Eagles get this puck back as they try and get their power play set up. Quast dumping it in. Durr getting there and then getting some help from Ben Box. Work it down low to Peck. He gets the return pass in the circle, walking toward the net. Jabbed away, though, by Cole McCozak. Ooh, dangerous one back across the blue line as it was red there. Frankie Annis for AC saw that coming and nearly picked it off. Here's a quick shot. Dimich the save. as Peck firing from the circle there, and Dimich did a good job controlling that rebound where it was still within reach for him.
Yeah, and the big key is, like you said, that control. He got himself a whistle, and they could change lines. They were tired. Well, we get a look here at the shot. Tough shot from an angle, but if you notice, the stick was on the inside.
Minute to go in the power play for Totino-Grace. They trail 1-0, but a good opportunity to that puck just coming out as it was deflected. Eagles thought that they had kept it in there. Border with his skate tried to keep that puck. He thought it was still right on the blue line. Referee or linesman had a better look and said it had just gone over.
And he with the stripes wins the decision, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Well, you can tell by looking at Grace's power play numbers, only 23%, which need to be better than that. They're having trouble getting organized.
That shot blocked, and then the rebound was laying loose and would have been a great chance for Dean because the goaltender Dimich was sliding over with the initial play, but he was beaten to the puck. That one fanned on the way out. Luckily for the Eagles, there was really only one penalty killer even close to being able to get to it. Down low with it, Dimich making a save there as Dean tried to jam it in. Then it goes into the Wings bench. Only 6 seconds to go on the power play here for Totino-Grace.
Well, looking at Henry Dimich now, the goalie for the Wings. Not a big guy. He's one of the smaller guys in high school hockey. Very quick, knows his position well, plays angles very well for the Wings.
Coach Charleston, the first time we saw them against Elk River, he said, he was really pretty high on the season that Henry's having. This time he said he's been fighting the puck a little bit of late, so they were hoping him to get his mojo back, and I'd say so far so good. I mean, he hasn't had any ridiculously tough saves, but he's been there when needed so far.
No, but he's been active with what he's had opportunities, made the save. Sometimes it's a good thing for the goalie to see a lot of puck. He gets comfortable and used to it, and notes the angles they're coming in from.
And penalty is over now, so the Wings have killed off the first penalty of the night. Pass tipped in deep there as the Eagles try and get on the forecheck. Breakout pass up the middle, missed for Essen, and then thrown back in. Dimich will direct it to the corner there where Logan Gotti comes after it. Gotti relaying it back around to Riley Hansen. He fanned on that breakout pass there, so dump back into the corner. Gotti back to get it. This time they do connect up the middle with it. Dawson Franke.
Well, you've noted too that the Grace lineup has got a lot of sophomores, some freshmen in there. They're very young, and they're going to make mistakes. You see a couple turnovers there they gave up unforced. So we'll see if they can keep that to a minimum and get some more shots on goal.
Still 1-0 Armstrong-Cooper. Jamison Essen getting the Wings on the board a little over 2 minutes into the game on a slap shot up the right wing. Chopped away there from DeYoung on the way in. Eagles able to get it out up the middle, but a nice takeaway there by Quast.
Oh,
Here comes Quast back the other way. His shot off a skate. Cole McCozak swinging around. They get the bank pass ahead to Dane Yeager, but taken from him. That's going to be a penalty coming up here. Another slashing call. And so the Wings will go shorthanded again as Dane Yeager had the puck taken. He tried to get it back, but didn't do so legally, as he will go off for a slashing minor here at 9:36 of the first. So back to the power play for TG.
Well, it's 2 cases of stick dependency here. Just a little bit too much with the stick. Skate to where you want to go and what you want to do here. And he got into it a little bit right there.
Jab loose, but the Eagles able to keep it in the wing zone here. Johnson off the wall, throwing it across. Dump back down deep there. Fake to pass low, now get it to Shane Dean. They'll leave it around for Brody Munley and then back to the point. Way across, Sam Johnson puts it in the slot. That shot blocked. And then Wings trying to clear it. They were able to get it to the corner, but not out. Here's a chance from the high slot. Dimich the save, and then he's able to hang on to the rebound as Carson Border got a pretty good lane to shoot there. And Dimich able to cover it quick before they could get to the rebound.
Nice setup too, by the way. Nice puck movement by the Eagles. They got it into the slot area where they wanted for a good shot. The ideal setup, but Dimich is up to the task. And I said he's moving really good, Jay, right now, Dimich is.
Roush trying to get to this puck and does. Again, he's all alone though. They have nobody anywhere near being able to help him out. Eagles working it nicely up the wall, cutting to the middle. Here's a shot. It's off the mask of Dimich there as Trey Peck taking that wrist shot. And this one apparently deflected, so they get it down the rink here.
So far, really good kill for the Wings here. They've done a nice job of clearing the puck and not really giving him any opportunities.
That one will get past and out as Box tried to keep it in and couldn't. About 25 seconds to go down the power play here for TG. Still trailing at 1-0. Back out to the point they come. Munley down into the circle, trying to get free for a shot was Trey Peck. Munley up with it again here. Just a few seconds remaining in the power play. And penalty is over. Ooh, and that was a sneaky one, but Dimich covers it just as Yeager was coming out of the box. So again, Armstrong-Cooper able to kill off the penalty, and they maintain their 1-0 lead.
Well, Deer took a good opportunity to make a shot for the Eagles there as it went through a defenseman, which screened the Wings goalie. And you see the setup here. They'll just come around and then they'll snap one off. You see the defense getting in the way and just kind of caught him by surprise quickly.
Honest up with it there for Armstrong-Cooper, carries it to the corner. And a shot on net there by Franke, Dayton Franke, the older of the brothers. Now knocked loose. Burns up with it there. Got the pass away to Jack Jangula, then check thrown in the corner by Shane Dean, but Wings able to get that breakout going. Floated in deep here. Eagles have actually, I think, had a lot more puck possession time and zone time, but the one goal has been for Armstrong-Cooper.
I think the Eagles look quicker too, but you know, Armstrong-Cooper's playing good defense, keeping the shots outside to a minimum, and they're blocking a lot of shots too.
And Dimich has been pretty solid between the pipes as well here. So 4:10 to go in this first period. Still 1-0 Armstrong-Cooper. An early goal by Jamison Essen. Eagles on the rush here, trying to get a step to the outside. Johnson now comes back to the point with it. That one floated out front. And then flicked out by Sam Burns. Burns able to break that one up near the blue line, and now Roush back the other direction. Roush firing, and the stop made there by Warren. Pass to the high slot was knocked away and then pushed out back to the Wings line. Hansen back to gather it. Pushed back into the AC zone and then banked right back out. This is going to be icing here, though, as Sam Burns was tired and wasn't too concerned about it being an ice there. I think he just needed to get it out.
Well, the Wings are giving up the puck right around the attack blue line, which is a bad place to give up the puck. Allowing the Grace Eagles to counterattack, and nobody could get off the ice. So they finally took the icing and got a rest. Smart play.
Yeager dropping that pass off, and now they get it ahead to Aiden Cook. Floating it right for Burns. Cook trying to win it back in the corner, but again, most of the time, overall, the Eagles a little bit faster team getting to these pucks, and obviously it's a little bit harder to really work a forecheck if you're not winning the races of the puck. Ooh, that one thrown on that. The rebound tipped in. Wow, not a lot of shots in this first period, but they're converting on the opportunities they get.
Well, we're looking at, situation 2 where the goaltending in both these teams needs to be a little bit better if they're going to go anywhere, especially in the sections.
Max Burns will get that rebound goal for AC.
That's why these two teams have the records they do. That's been part of it. They've been giving up a lot of goals.
So a 2-0 lead now for the Wings.
Oh boy.
Yeager and Cook will get the assist on the goal there, and got a penalty coming up here for Quast.
It's either going to be a roughing or a boarding call as he took him down from behind there near the boards. Wasn't a checking from behind, but so the Wings get a chance to open this lead up a little bit more.
6th goal of the year for Max Burns, by the way, for Armstrong-Cooper. Going to give him a cross-checking penalty there. There's a shot blocked. And then that pass getting away here, but kept in by Rausch. Centering pass to the side of the net. Eagles unable to get it out, though. That one chopped and it goes up and over everything. Here's Essen firing. Ooh. That's off a skate and goes wide. Part of a broken stick there, and Essen slams it out of there. Back across it comes. Essen will keep it moving to Rausch, and that one goes to the corner. Essen again dropping it left side. Rausch will get it right back. Swing it the other direction, but a swing and a miss there by Cole McCozak.
Ooh.
Here's a shot, and a pretty good one, but flicked all the way down the ice. Dimich will come out to stop it here, and he wants to start it back the other way. Eagles almost caught in a change. Rausch, boy, Dimich found the target pretty well there on that long stretch pass right to the blue line.
He's what you call paying attention there, Jay, kind of taking advantage of his opportunities. He's really an active goaltender. I like the way he plays. He works everything at his net or around his net.
They go under a minute to play in the period and about a half minute in the power play for AC. Yeager sliding it out front. Turnaround try then is blocked and cleared by Brody Munnelly for Totino-Grace. Under 20 to go in the man advantage here for the Wings. They already lead it 2-0. I think this period kind of a good example of that. You don't have to have the most shots or the most puck possession time. If you're efficient and you play solid D, you've got a chance to be in the lead.
Oh, absolutely.
Jaeger ridden into the wall there. Kloss back out of the box, and now the Eagles carrying it up here. Floated to the front, tipped in, and it's Kloss who will get it just after he comes out of the box. Then he falls down, but that's all right, as he helped lead that rush back out of there. And then the pass to the front, and he just got a redirect that left Dimich very little opportunity. And a nice play for the Eagles. They get a goal with 3 seconds to go in the period. A big boost for the home team there.
Yeah, absolutely, boy. You do not want to have a goal scored on you in the last couple of minutes or the first couple of minutes of each period. And just what the Grace Eagles did, they kept that nice breakout, though. They really counterattacked well, and that puck was just put in the right position so Kloss could just redirect it. And the goalie didn't know which way to go, and I can understand that. I mean, it's tough to see with those guys coming in on you.
Clayton Durr with that pass. And so Kloss will get his second goal of the season. It is 2-1 after one period here at Brooklyn Park Arena. We'll be back with more hockey on CCX.
Assistant number 2, Clayton
I am so glad you ladies are here. You each have your own rooms.
Thank you.
Is it okay to call you Mom?
Of course you can.
Welcome back here to Brooklyn Park Arena. 2-1 Armstrong-Cooper leading Totino-Grace after one period of play here. And kind of an interesting first period that the Eagles, I thought maybe overall had slightly the edge, but Armstrong-Cooper getting the first 2 goals of the period as we check out some highlights from that opening period. Starting with this one, Jamison Essen coming up the right side and rips a slap shot home, just 2:03 in. And then a 2-on-1 opportunity here, but Dimich standing tall there in net, even though he's not real tall, as Dan said. He had some pretty big saves in that first period for the Wings. Including this one here. That was at the end of a power play. Able to make that stop. The Wings kept it in here. And you'll see the first shot on net, and then Burns able to just pop the rebound in. Nobody got him tied up. And then late in the period, here's the goal. A redirect in for Kloss there off the feed from Durr. That was big. Only 3 seconds to go in the period for Totino-Grace. And that was just after Kloss had come out of the penalty box, too. So made him feel doubly good there. As you see, that's a high number of shots on goal. Not necessarily all of them were real quality shots, but we judge it as about 4 scoring chances each. 2 penalties taken by the Wings and 1 by the Eagles. We'll come back with more hockey here. Second period is up next. Northwest Suburban action. Armstrong-Cooper leading 2-1.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that it's its own unique space too.
Welcome back here to Brooklyn Park as we get set for period number 2 here in Northwest Suburban Boys Hockey. Jay Wilcox, Dan Ficken with you here on the call as the Eagles, I think, Dan, have to feel a lot better than they would have going in down 2-0, and they get that goal late in the period there.
Yeah, they deserved it too. I mean, this game is not being dominated by the Armstrong-Cooper Wings either by any shot of imagination. And if you get one in 3 seconds left in the period, boy, that kind of charges your whole locker room while you're sitting in there for a while. I expect them to come out with a lot of energy now.
And Quast, one of their leaders as a captain, just coming out of the box, helped to start that rush back up ice, and then a nice little pass from Duras was redirected, and a big goal for them to get. Kind of reward for playing fairly well in that first period. So here we go in period number 2 as Roush is knocked down. Wings keep it in, down to Roush in the corner. Sent back in, Warren out to stop it. Vegan Kudrowski throwing it up the wall, but kept in and then thrown right on net. Warren will make the stop there for Totino-Grace.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how the puck reacts in that far corner or the near corner here in the Totino-Grace zone. There's still a lot of wet. Ooh.
Roush is shot off the outside of the net. And Roush picked it back up again here. He's able to get to it again, back to the point, and that one blocked to the corner there by Munley. Essen tried to drag it past Munley, but couldn't do it. Again, Munley couldn't get it out, though. Here's Essen. Down deep with it to Roush. Backhand try. Oh! Warren making a big save. His best of the day right there. Essen set Roush up, and he was walking across the goal mouth there, getting to the backhand, and I was about ready to see it go in, and then it didn't.
Well, you see he gets a nice spread. A nice play right here. Beautiful pass coming down, brings him right across. Look at the spread. Warren made a nice job there, just spreading himself out, covering from post to post quickly.
I think Roush, just like me, thought he was about to see that puck go in, and then it didn't. And it rolls to the front there. Warren was a little slow to react. He couldn't decide whether to come out and get it or not. Pass tipped. And boy, on this fresh ice, it keeps on moving, so it'll be icing against the Eagles. And we'll come back into their zone here.
Well, I think my question's been answered here. I'll tell you what, the Wings coming on real strong here, making sure that Grace didn't get a lot of momentum off that goal they scored in the last few seconds of the period here.
Cook facing off with Carson Border. Now here's an opportunity. Border floating it over towards Sam Johnson. You got
offside.
Going to be an offside there as the timing of that one didn't quite work out, and then Johnson was trying to find the puck again. He said Armstrong-Cooper pretty short-handed today. They got like 3 guys that would normally be in their lineup that aren't, and Essen is playing hurt, although he's made some good plays. Obviously had that first goal and had that set up for Roush, but you can see he's not really skating with his usual speed here, but gutting it out and playing as well as he can. And that pass too hard, and it'll be an icing call against the Wings. Kind of a sluggish start here to the period. A lot of whistles early.
That pass is just a little too high and too hard.
Off the draw comes loose out front. Ooh, and Dimich has to make a stop on Carson Border. Border did a nice job of getting himself free from the traffic there, and all of a sudden he was alone in front.
It's a nice face-off win. It bounced just perfectly for the Eagles.
Border probably thinking, I'm going to try that again. Roush's pass behind its intended target, but it gets out anyway. And then it just slid away from Gotti. Essen up with it, putting it out into the high slot here. Shot on net. Oh, and Essen with the rebound as Warren didn't control that first one very well. Just kind of popped up in the air, and Essen took a whack at it.
play. Esson's just been involved in this game all the way through, even though he's hurt, for heaven's sakes. He's just been a really tough player.
You see, he puts it out high here. This first shot's relatively harmless, but not real good stick angle there by Warren. Esson coming up with it here, floating it across, but not quite on target. Eagles able to come up with it, and that shot attempt blocked as Blake Anderson put it toward the net. Wings back the other way, but knocked out of midair by Jimmy Pouch. Bank to the near the line, but then that shot blocked, and here come the Wings back the other way. Honest firing, Warren the save, and then Roush tried to chop it out of midair. Got only a little piece of it. And then that shot blocked. Look out, Eagles back with a rush the other way. And the shot whistled wide there off the stick of DeYoung.
Well, one thing that I think the Eagles have done extremely well tonight is counterattack. They've done a great job of getting people free and creating some shots that way. They're not maintaining possession inside the attack zone hardly at all against the Wings, who are playing pretty good defense.
Wings ice it here, so we'll come back into the AC zone. Still 2-1 Armstrong-Cooper. Got a goal a couple minutes in from Jamison Esson, and then it was Max Burns scoring on a rebound at 14:24 before Grace got on the board with 3 seconds remaining in that first period. Long one thrown on net there by Quast and into the midsection of Dimich, who will face off again here in that same circle.
Ooh.
Wings trying to get a little rush going here. Dawson, Franke's shot deflecting up over the net. Now back the other way, Peck. Dropping that pass off and then knocked away. Wings trying to counter. Quast intercepting there and banks it ahead, and then thrown in deep there for the Eagles by Horak.
I think the Eagles can really help themselves now by activating their D, letting them take some chances, move up the ice a little bit, and create some scoring opportunities.
Wings able to dig that puck free, but up the middle they'll come. Burns trying to gain control, flips it ahead. And they look for a return pass, but it's off target. As Cook was knocked down, Yeager picks it up, but it slides out. Here comes Box. His shot blocked. Nice stick work there by Gotti to get to that one. The Wings a little bit bigger team, I think, overall than the Eagles. I think fair to say certainly the Eagles are the faster team.
Mm-hmm. But you can see in a lot of those instances, the wingspan of the defense has really stopped those quick rushes that the Eagles have counterattacked with.
Wings able to break it out here, and then Roush lost the handle. Taken away, Eagles trying to come back, chopped loose by Esson, but then relayed in. Gotti back to get it there. Uh-oh, a little stick handling, but they're able to get it ahead to center. Esson trying to come up with that one again. It's covered off the back of the net there by Pouch, and now to Sam Johnson. Johnson's pass knocked down.
Well, we're seeing the Wings here primarily going with two lines, and we're going to see how that works out in the third period here. So far, they're playing pretty good defense and getting some good breakouts, but we'll see if they can consistently keep that through the rest of the game.
Border coming in, shot goes wide. Now floated ahead. Here comes Roush. A little 2-on-1 across for Yeager, and it's in. Not really sure if the back checker Johnson or Yeager actually pushed it over the line. Yeager, I'm sure, will get the goal. And the Wings go ahead 3-1.
Be interesting to see what happened here.
See the pass across. It goes off Yeager. Oh, and then he banked it off of Johnson sliding. Yep.
That's what happened. And you see the goaltender looking at him in the corner like, dude. Playing defense for all my years, that is the worst moment when you kicked it into your own net. Oh.
Yeah, and that was actually a winger, back checking too. Johnson doing the right thing, trying to help out, but it's just a bad bounce for them. Roush and Hansen will get the assists on Yeager's goal at 5:55, so 3-1. A little bit of a benefit of a bounce there for Armstrong-Cooper. Now thrown to the front. Fanned on that attempt to keep it in. And the Wings with Cook. Jabbed away from him. Honest a shot, sails up and over the net. Sam Burns left it for Max Burns there. Now Sam back up with it.
Ooh.
Good stick work there, but then knocked away. Good hustle. Boy, Clayton Durr, he can really move. He's not real big, but good skater for the Eagles, and he blocked that one, knocked it out of the zone. Ooh, Roush, that's going to be a penalty as Roush was nailed into the wall from behind. And the shot deflected up and out of play, and now we're going to get our penalty call here going. I believe it's Pouch who will pick up this penalty for Totino-Grace, a cross-check.
That was basically a no-brainer, no-doubter. As soon as everybody saw it, they all went, ooh. A little frustration, I think.
So the Wings will get their second power play of the afternoon.
They've only been running at about 11%, Jay, effective rate, so that number's got to get up if they're going to start moving up a little bit in the conference.
Chopped loose there and kept in for the moment, but not for long. Now Ben Box up with it, throwing it ahead, and Dimich comes out to clear it away from Horak, who had visions of a shorthanded breakaway there. Wings dump it in. Roush will be there first. Ooh, had Honest coming down the slot, didn't see him in time. And then it's knocked out of there by Horak. Well, Makozak able to pick it up. Essen trying to drag it around, but couldn't get it past Box. And now here's an opportunity for Grace the other way. Bounced off the skate of Claus. Dimich way out to play it. And they'll throw it back and dodge a bullet a little bit there.
He got away with it.
Roush carrying it in. Plays it to the corner. Essen is there. Come out high with it. Makozak. Back down to Roush. Way across. Essen trying to line it up. It was blocked by Quast. 35 to go in the power play for the Wings. Here's a shot. That hits a skate out front. Quast finds an open space to dump it all the way down the rink.
Nice save. Rebound to the right spot. Cleared the zone out. Nice job by the Eagles.
I like the way Quast had his head up, and he knew immediately where he was going to go. I mean, there was plenty of room to get that out. No need to dawdle or stick handle there. Here's Yeager sliding it across. He was hoping for another bank off an Eagle and into the net there. Not really, but it almost worked out that way as he hit Sam DeYoung with that pass, but this one didn't have very much steam on it anymore by the time it got to the goalie, Warren.
Yeah, but you get that puck out front with a lot of bodies there. It's amazing what can happen sometimes.
Watch Yeager sliding that pass. It goes off a skate, but this time Warren able to pounce on it. Under 10 to go in the power play for the Wings. Quast just trying to eat it and kill some time there, and they quickly converged on him. Burns a shot to reflected to the corner. Penalty is over, so Eagles back to full strength. Yeager leaving it for Cook. Burns missing the net with that shot. Now Grace looking to counterattack as DeYoung up with it, sliding it left side. And Dimich coming out to make the save on Clayton Durr. So 7:34 to go here in the second. Armstrong-Cooper 3, Totino-Grace 1.
Well, the Eagles got to take a little playbook from their page from the Armstrong playbook here, because Armstrong-Cooper's really sustained some forechecking. The Eagles really haven't done any really hard forechecking or done possession time inside the wing zone.
Kloss sliding it across, gets it back, and then that one blocked. Trying to dig it free along the wall there. Ooh, big collision. Centering pass comes all the way across to the other point. And the Wings able to get another shot block here. Rausch stood up at the line, but he keeps going. Oh, and then the pass went right through Dayton Franke. Eagles trying to counterattack here. Essen back to it, but he's quickly double teamed. However, he wheels out of there with the puck. Nice work there by Jamison Essen.
No, he doesn't look like a guy that's got too much of a knee injury there. He's really playing through it well.
You see a little hitch in his giddy up, but he's still a smart player doing some good things out there. Wings have to dump it out here. Munley back to pick it up here for Totino-Grace. Nice pass onto the tape of box. Takes that shot. Dimich will make the glove save and hang on. We'll get a face-off in the Armstrong-Cooper zone with 6:06 to go in the period here, and a 3-1 Armstrong-Cooper lead.
Second period score, Channel Park 5, Osseo 1. And a non-conference program score, Spooner 9, Big 4-0.
Oh, and a nice move there. Yeager drops it back. Shot goes just wide from Max Burns. Boy, Yeager turned the D inside out with that move.
Yeah, he did.
Here's a slapper and the save by Warren. Now Cook trying to drag it to the front. Couldn't do so. Wings, though, looking for more. Pretty good rush there. Here's a shot that sails wide. And again, they're able to keep it in. Now chop back out.
Wings are rotating that forechecking umbrella really nice, and they adjust accordingly to where the puck is. If it's in deep, they bring it in farther. If it comes back out a little ways, out by the face-off circles, they bring it back. But flexible. Always three guys, though, in position to attack the puck. And so far, Grace has not been able to match that in the attack zone.
Border winning the draw here for the Eagles. Sam Johnson sliding it across to Dean. Dean trying to drag it around but couldn't do so. Now counter here comes Rausch. Rausch cutting it to the middle, fires and it hit the pipe. He had Warren beat, but it draws iron. Now Franke up with it. The Kozak shot hits traffic on the way in. And Dean pushing it back. Now Eagles have to go again here as they throw it across to Johnson. Dean trying to go to the net with it. Here's a follow-up try is in. Sam Johnson will pop it home for TG, and they're back within a goal.
Well, good play there. A lot of relentlessness there. Not a real big forechecking run, but enough to get the job done. And the Eagles stick one in the net, bringing it back to a one-goal game.
Johnson will get his 7th of the year as Dean took it to the net, and then just kind of right place at the right time. Johnson did a nice job then of kind of, he was moving toward the center, but then back with that left-hand shot, snuck it around goaltender Dimich.
And Dimich was screened on that by his D.
Yeah, you're so focused in on that first guy going to the net,
Yes.
Dean, that it's hard, to be ready for the second opportunity. Carried ahead here. I think they got the goal mixed up on the PA there. It certainly appeared to be Johnson's goal. Oh, there's a tip. Honest going to the net. And this will be icing against Grace here with just over 4 minutes to play in the period. And now a 3-2 score as Johnson getting Grace back to within a goal. Obviously, we still got some time to go, and we don't know what it's going to be. But I remember Dan Charleston, the Armstrong-Cooper coach, saying to him this felt like a 3-3 type game. we could be in that realm. Way across, and then they looked for the redirect, but Yeager was not able to get to it. Lost. Couldn't get it out. Dumped back in deep.
You look at the numbers getting prepared for this game, and that's what it was telling us. It's going to be a close game, probably a one-goal difference decision maker.
Peck getting it across to Horak. And then tip to the front. Dimich is going to come out and cover it up, not take any chances as Sam Box was cruising through there for the Eagles.
Now, the Grace has got enough momentum right now. Dimich did a nice job of just kind of, okay, let's slow this down again.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's conscious in his mind or not, but the fact that his team's playing a little short-handed today, I think makes that an even better decision to take some whistles here and there when you're basically playing two lines.
Yeah. I'm sure they talked about it in the locker room, but again, is he aware as he's working quickly like that?
That one deflects up and out of play. We'll have another face-off coming up. Look at Cole McCozak. Again, the Wings without his brother Lewis McCozak, a talented sophomore, battling an injury. Lost firing that one wide. Here's a shot, and that one deflecting away, and now the Wings trying to counter, but nice play by Kudrowski to pick it off and then relayed right back in by Box.
It looks like the Eagles are starting to get a little rhythm here. They're setting up inside the zone and maintaining some pressure.
Ooh, Dimich comes out to nudge that one out of there. It looked like they kind of lost sight of it and didn't realize it was still loose in front of their net. Nice jump in to pick it off by Box there for Totino-Grace. Yeah, they did some good things in terms of cutting off the breakouts here later in the second period, where the Wings, for an earlier portion of the game, generally weren't having a whole lot of trouble breaking out. Here's Roush sliding it ahead, but intercepted there. And that pass gets away, and the Wings will relay it in deep. Warren stopping it for Quah, sending it long for Peck. Wings were changing. Peck now a little spinorama, and then he is just shoved down. A talented young player, but not too big, and Peck took the hit.
I think diminutive's the right word for that young man.
Yeah.
He can move, though. Boy.
Border spinning back the other way, firing, and Dimich with a glove save there, and then things get a little feisty. We haven't had too much of that in this game. I mean, there have been some hits and there have been a few penalties, 2 penalties each team, but haven't had a lot of after whistle stuff at all on this one.
It's been a good skating game for both teams. They're both playing well that way.
Yeah, and it is interesting as we're late in the second period. I think in a lot of ways you can see why these teams are good enough to have won some games, but you can also see why they've lost some games.
Yep.
I mean, there's some strengths, but some flaws as well on both sides. Face off here outside the Armstrong-Cooper line. They are maintaining a 3-2 lead here late in the second. On Totino-Grace's home rink here at Brooklyn Park. Dimage didn't get it. Oh boy, that one nearly cost him.
He got caught out in limbo there. He got back in the net as quick as he could.
Johnson back out to Munley, and then they'll play it down, and he gets it right back. Working that left side hard here. Thrown out front, then the rebound pushed in by Shane Dean.
Pretty goal.
And Totino-Grace ties it up. You could, in some ways, kind of feel that one coming. They'd been really coming on later in the second.
Maintaining pressure inside the attack zone was the one thing they weren't doing throughout most of this game. All of a sudden, they get a goal and they start pressing and pressing, and their forecheck starts working, and it creates another goal for them. Tie game.
Dean will get his second goal of the year. You get a look as it slides across, and Dean there camped on the other side.
Dual backdoor play. Grace now have a face-off in their defensive zone. We'll see what the Wings got as far as responding to this now. All of a sudden they had a nice lead and they were playing well, and now they're in a tie game.
Ooh, and Warren kicks that one out, a big rebound. Kozak trying to carry it along the wall, and then Quast eventually clears it out, and here's a race for it. The Eagles get there first, and Dimich the save on Sam DeYoung. The speed showing up right there as DeYoung easily sped past the Wings player there to pick that one up and get a shot.
Grace bench actually asking some questions to the ref. Why did you blow the whistle there?
Dimich pushes it to the corner. I think Wings would like to see the end of this period here. They've been kind of maybe tiring a little bit, but played late in the period for sure, as the Eagles went from down 3-1 to now tying it up 3-3.
Well, that speed for the Eagles has been a real difference maker here in this period.
Another look at this one is
okay.
Stop made there by Warren. .15 to go in the period. Eagles able to win the draw. Quast sliding it around to Kudrowski. Banking it ahead there. And the Wings quickly get it back. And a shot sailing wide as the buzzer will sound to end period number 2. So Armstrong-Cooper got the first goal of the period, then the last two by the Eagles. So after 2, it's 3-3.
Mom was always very self-sufficient, but we started noticing things were off.
I was forgetting my responsibilities at work.
I told Mom we should visit a doctor.
Alzheimer's. It was hard to hear that.
Early detection gave us time to seek information and support as a family. I've never felt more connected with Mom.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Welcome back. Chuck a Puck finishing up here at Brooklyn Park as Armstrong-Cooper and Totino-Grace tied up at 3 goals apiece after 2 periods here, as we'll check out some highlights from period number 2, which started with AC ahead 2-1. And they nearly get one there, but Warren able to make the stop. And then Frankianis with the shot here. Warren fighting it off. And here's Roush sliding it across, and then Yeager, it actually banks in off of Sam Johnson of Grace, trying to slide in and make a play on the back check. But then here's a follow-up. Sam Johnson scoring for Totino-Grace at 12:15. And then they get another one late as it came across to Dean to tie it up, and then they get an opportunity there. But Dimich making the stop, so you see we're evened up. Slight edge in shots and chances for Totino-Grace. Each team has received 2 penalties here in these first 2 periods. So we'll go to period number 3. Anybody's game here. The Wings and the Eagles tied at 3 here on CCX.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
High hockey game as we enter period number 3 here at Brooklyn Park Arena as Armstrong-Cooper and Totino-Grace all knotted up at 3. Eagles coming on strong later in that second period and getting goals from Johnson and Dean to even things up. Fair to say they have the momentum going into the third, but we'll see how that translates.
Now it's gone back and forth from the first where the Wings had the momentum, and now this third period will be the teller.
Nearly a chance early. It just bounced away from Durr there. DeYoung back to the point. They'll whip it across. Here's a shot. That one hits traffic. And now Roush trying to come back the other way for AC. Instead relayed right back in there by DeYoung. First 2 at Eagles with Durr. But now the Wings get it. Breakout pass, however, was blocked by DeYoung. Second try gets it out to center. It bounces away from Honest there, and Pouch back to pick it up for TG. Munley sliding it through neutral here to DeYoung, but Wings take it away. Roush will send it in behind the Grace net. Essen up with it, throws it out front, but picked off there. Now Hansen lost it. Here's a chance, walking in, and a goal. Colton Horak handed a gift, and he converts.
Oh my, that hurts. Oh, you just hate to be the D.
Horak cruising in on the forecheck, and all of a sudden he has the puck, and he's in alone on Dimich and tucks it around him there as he faked the shot 5-hole and then just kept it, slid it around Dimich. So 4-3.
Basically a gift given to him by the defense for the Wings. Just going to think about that one tonight.
Unassisted goal for Horak there, of course, as he will get his 5th goal of the year, a freshman.
Well, I'm looking at this roster and how young they are, the Grace Eagles. They're going to be pretty good here in the next few years.
Tried to get it out front to Burns there. Now Eagles pop it, kept in, however. Tipped into the wing zone, is going to come right to Dimich. Oh boy, a little trouble at the handle there for Hansen, and now DeYoung up with it. Wings reeling a little bit right now. Going back to that second, late in the second and now early in the third. Here's a chance. Sam Johnson back across. Ooh, and a good job by the D to get a stick on that one a little bit as Border tried to fire it. Pass was a little behind Border, but he did a great job of corralling it. And that one hits the players on the Wings bench. It'll be a face-off coming up. I'm going to discuss where this draw should go. It's going to be inside the zone in the circle there. So Armstrong-Cooper, as we said, playing shorthanded. Now, in fairness, Grace is missing a few players tonight as well. So, but you can kind of sense the Wings have maybe started to run out of gas a little bit.
Well, we were kind of waiting to watch that for this period. And Grace has come out firing, boy, I'll tell you.
Essen floating it out of there. Munnelly back to pick it up here for Totino-Grace. And both teams basically been using only 4D as well.
Yeah.
Push back down to the corner here. Jangula up with it. And that one was deflected. Blake Anderson in there working for TG. Thrown back into the wing zone. And now tipped into the gray zone as Armstrong-Cooper wants to change up here.
That's a shame because they need some ice time inside the gray zone here. Some possession time.
Pack up with it for the Eagles. Battling through a check. Ooh, and then he's pounded by Essen. But got the pass away. Then the shot sails up over the top. Tipped ahead. Anas up with it for AC. And nice play by Quast. He's made some good plays. We can see why the Eagles coaches are high on him.
Well, he's been the best D on the ice so far for the Eagles, no question.
Slide it across here for Peck. Here's Quast out front. Tipped it. And then off Dimich, and Essen will come away with it for Armstrong-Cooper. He's going to float one in off the glass, and he gives chase himself. He almost got there, but Quast put a shoulder into him a little bit. Eagles coming back. Sam Johnson between his legs, back to himself. Dimich, the save, then the rebound. They keep pressure on. Tip, Dimich a save. Puck still loose. Burns trying to clear it, but he hit his teammate. And now finally Cook out of there with it for Armstrong-Cooper. Boy, they nearly gave up another right there. Eagles able to get it back to center. And bounced off Hansen. Come back to him here. Thrown back in by Grace as they're finishing a change. Gotti up with it here for Armstrong-Cooper. Johnson able to knock it loose, and here they come. Dean back for Johnson. Oh, and his stick lifted by Gotti.
Great back check. Great back check.
Johnson picks it up again. I don't think Johnson knew he was there. He was all ready to pull the trigger there and had his stick lifted. Now Yeager back the other direction. Floating it to the front. It's knocked away. Stick chopped out of his hand there. Eagles wanted a penalty but didn't get it. Now here they come. Border going to the net. Oh, and a nice move but just fired high. Dean giving it back to Border. Eagles really skating now.
Yep.
Cook chase back and then a giveaway. Relay it around here. Quast is going to be there first. Throws it on net, and the rebound laying loose. Johnson gets it for TG. Sam Johnson. Trying to fight through a check there, and it's cleared out. It was off Quast, so no icing here. But good pressure put on by Totino-Grace. They've already taken the lead here 4-3, and looking for more. Floated to the front. Here's Dean, and Dimich making the save. Really nice saucer pass there to give Dean at least an opportunity at it. He was kind of running out of room there to do much with it, but still a dangerous chance.
I was watching Dimich just prior to these plays, and he was looking a little shaky. He wasn't ready for all this pressure that's suddenly come at him, but he makes a nice save here. Lets the shooter make the first move, which is what you want to do, and he blocked it off.
Eagles able to keep possession with Durr, and back across. That shot deflecting in the corner. Durr picks it up again. And that one denied. Wings trying to clear, then dump back in. The Eagles have to touch up here. Cross to McCozak. Burns. And floated to center. It got away from Essen, but it keeps on moving for the Wings. And that shot blocked by Munley. AC not ready to give up on this one yet. Trying to push to tie it up. They've led pretty much throughout.
Well, we were wondering if that two-line situation was going to show its ugly head, and it sure did.
Tipped out to center. Burns jumping in to break that up. Essen again trying to drag it around, but Munley stood him up. Oh, nice move there by Gotti, and then a fall. Cost him a possible shot there. Thrown down deep. Box. Leaving it around now for Horak, who had the go-ahead goal for TG, and now we get a penalty call coming up here, I believe. Horak mixing it up with Essen. Looks like, are they going to take one from each, or is it just going to be Essen?
Well, Essen did a little holding there, a little bit more besides the, banter and physical back and forth.
Looks like only a penalty on Essen of Armstrong-Cooper, a roughing minor. And I think actually, Dan, the penalty may have occurred before what we saw at the end, where that was kind of mutual, roughing it up there a little bit. But I think they maybe had already called it. We're going to have another penalty now, this time against Grace. Trey Peck is going to go, as he'll be called for the trip, and will be evened up.
And the odds evened out, by gosh.
That was only 8 seconds after the previous penalty.
Well, now we'll go to 4-on-4. Which is always really interesting, because most teams don't practice a lot of 4-on-4, so we'll see what happens here. With all this space on the ice now, with just 8 players out there rather than 10.
I could be wrong, but you'd certainly feel like this favors TG to have more ice to work with their speed.
Yep.
And here they come on the rush. Put to the front, Dimich to stop. And then a swing and a miss by Box on the rebound. Now Roush is being hemmed in. Out of the head though to Hansen. Hansen carrying it up that right side. Shot was blocked by Quast. Eagles able to come away with it here. We're 4-on-4 for nearly a full 2 minutes. Those penalties coming just 7 seconds apart, actually. I said 8, they had on the board 7, so go with that. Hansen floating one. Nice play to block it by Border. But then the Wings get it back here. Hogan Gotti's dropping that pass off. Eagles get it back. Box circling as they finish a change. Box, a nice little move. Keeps the puck, got a shot. Dimich to save. Now McCozak. Aiden Cook carrying it in here for Armstrong-Cooper. Firing, and Warren with the stop here for Grace.
Well, the Eagles definitely got the Wings on their heels right now, Jay.
8:01 to play in the third, and 36 seconds remaining in the 4-on-4. Picked up. Here's Burns with a shot, and the save made. Max Burns, that is. He had a goal earlier for AC and tried to sneak that one through the 5-hole, but Warren able to close the door for TG. Picked up again by Burns. That shot rising over the net. And on the follow-up try, Warren did that kind of quick look around like,
Yeah.
do I have it? I think I do. I hope I do.
Please don't tell me it slipped under my pads. Boy, these face-offs now in a game like this become so important down there.
Eagles win the draw. Now around to Quast. And that'll be icing as he tried to float one up the middle. And Dimich, good self-control to not play that one even when it's coming just an inch or two wide of his net.
We could say he had the ultimate confidence in the fact he had the pipe covered.
Off the draw, wings with Burns putting it down the wall for Rausch. Box fighting his way free, but then that is taken by Yeager. Yeager putting it out high, but that one goes all the way through. First penalty is over. Wings a very, very brief power play. Now the Eagles penalty is over. We're back to 5 aside. Border chopped that one loose. Eagles looking to get a counter rush up ice. Gonna throw it in deep here. Dimich stopping it. Makozak sliding it to Tanner Rausch. That pass though broken up. Box will send it back in. Sam Burns pursue behind the net, then they take it away. Centering pass, and Box couldn't get a shot away. Essen coming back now for AC. Sliding it across to Rausch, but picked pocket from behind by Trey Peck.
Boy, the Grace Eagles, their back checking has been really good tonight. They've saved a lot of dangerous situations.
Over to Yeager. Pass tip, but got there, and then the next one was just wide. Carried up the wall here, DeYoung. Spun away from a check. Essen comes in and wins that battle, but then it's taken away by Durr. And now Essen will come up with it for the Wings. Battled through a check. Has Rausch out front. Essen going to the net, trying to tuck this one in. Now back out to the point. Makozak will slide it across. Burns shot hits traffic. And now picked up by Durr. Durr speeding up the wall here, trying to turn the corner. Burns got a stick in there though.
There's a little wingspan helps you out there with that nice back or poke check.
Tipped ahead, Cook. Cook firing, but sails it over the top. Battle for it in the corner now. The Eagles able to get it at least to center. I have to admit, I kind of thought Grace was just going to take this game over when they took that lead, but the Wings, to their credit, they've been battling back and getting some chances at least down the stretch.
Oh, that should have been a penalty.
Oh, and it trickles out front. Yeah, it was Quast was waiting for the hit, and he threw a, trying to draw first blood there, if you will. That one deflecting off this side of the frame of the net there, Johnson.
Well, I don't think Mr. Dewar liked them run down here when he made the rush down here into the attack zone.
It's another look. Quast has the puck right here, and then to protect the puck, Annis tried to hit him, and Quast kind of brought the elbow up, maybe, but they say legal. I guess a lot of times when you're the guy with the puck, they'll give you the benefit of the doubt there, I think, too, right?
Yeah.
Munley back to get it. Tipped ahead, Dimich clearing it away from Sam Johnson. And this is going to be offside there as it Got a little disjointed at the line as the puck bounced up in the air on Dean.
Well, it seems this Wings defenseman kind of pulled down this forward for Grace and kept him in the zone a little bit long, and nobody, the referee didn't see it. Not a bad play.
We heard the grumbling from the crowd, which alerted everybody's eyes turning that way briefly. Going to redo this draw. The referee actually wasn't ready yet. I think he was coming back from talking to the bench, and now the officials conferring.
Oh. Is he going to take a player for a bench penalty? Or is the time wrong? Oh, okay. Nothing going on.
Yeah, we'd only be guessing what that was about, but it looks like they put a little time back on the clock on that. That was the discussion, I think. Puck carried ahead, shot on, and a pretty big rebound given up. Loose out front again and covered up here by Warren.
Boy, that's awful scary. That was a big, juicy, fat rebound sitting right out in the slot. Warren's going to have to deflect those into the corner. Or at this point in the game with 3:44 left, just stop it and stop the play and get a face-off like he just did. Yeah, you'll see the shot coming in, and that had 5-hole chance.
Eagles get it to center now. Dean coming up with it. Trying to go to the net. And Makozak took it, but then poke checked away from him by Border. Dean gaining control. Then that pass intercepted. Nice stick by Yeager to pick that one off. Yeager dropping it over. Here's Essen, a shot. Rebound is in.
Pretty.
And we are tied up. Essen, the first attempt. And then the rebound put in. I believe that's Rausch who will get it. Yep, Tanner Rausch there to tuck it away here, and the Wings tie it up.
Just a nice play, a good attack, and just bing, bang, boom with the puck really well. Back out top of the diamond, get the shot off, rebound, bang. And we just talked about that rebound coming back to haunt, and it sure did.
So Rausch getting his 10th of the year. Essen and Yeager get the assist, and Yeager really started that play with great hands.
Yeah.
Now the Eagles coming back. Horak's shot missed the net. And back out to center it comes. Grace will try to bring it right back in here. Dump it in deep. Now things change a little bit. Instead of protecting the lead, now we're tied. So you see if Grace tries to turn the offense up a little bit more again here. They were playing really well for a stretch, but then you give some credit to Wings, but I feel like Grace kind of let up a little bit too.
I agree.
Relayed back in. Hansen back to get it here for the Wings.
On this type of situation, it's very important. Do not play to lose, play to win.
Bounced out front there. Makozak gaining control for Armstrong-Cooper. Finding Max Burns. Ooh, they were close to being offside there.
Yep.
Now counterattack coming from Grace with under 2 minutes to play. Try to give and go. Makozak read it well though, although it is going to be icing here. Makozak, a nice job to pick that one off, but got a little more. Essen facing off, and Essen able to win it. Makozak around to Rausch, but they don't get it out. Now tipped out front, loose puck. Dean trying to put it out front. Bouncing puck. The Eagles keep it in for the moment anyway. Now Burns floats it out. And this is going to be an ice, I believe, here. Yes. So a minute 21 to go, and we'll come right back into the Armstrong-Cooper zone for another faceoff.
And if you notice, Mr. Essen is not leaving the ice for the Wings at all. He's their faceoff guy.
Minute 21 seconds remaining here. Roush couldn't quite get it out. Now Border up with it. Eagles trying to dig it free in the corner as Hansen had it for the Wings. Dean jumps in. Now he'll go to the point with it. Under a minute to play. Essen picks it off ahead to Roush. Partial break. Roush coming in, and this time denied. Will Warren will make the stop. Boy, the Wings' eyes lit up as soon as they gained control of that puck, and he's able to spring Roush. He wasn't completely in the clear. You know, he didn't have all the time in the world to make a play there, but still got an attempt.
Well, he was bracketed pretty good by both Grace defensemen, but we'll see here just the opening, the block, and then that opening pass here. No, he didn't have a little more room I thought he would.
Back out to neutral. Oh, and knocked away there. Boy, if Border had been able to come up with that one himself, it would have been trouble for the Wings. Box. Approaching 30 seconds in regulation here. Now Roush up with it for the Armstrong-Cooper. Shot attempt there, knocked away. Essen trying to pick it up. 20 seconds to go. Ooh, that was an offside. The Wings bench erupted. They didn't see it. And now tip back into the Grace zone here. Warren's going to stop it, and 1 second remaining. Kind of glad that one didn't result in anything, because it seemed pretty clear it was an offside.
As we like to say, it weren't even close there, Jay.
Off the draw, Essen trying to just fire a shot. We'll reach the end of regulation here. So 4-4. Armstrong-Cooper and Grace will play extra time here. Overtime is up next here on CCX.
I'm a first-generation Filipino American. You don't always feel you're a part of the country you live in. It's this weird middle space sometimes that you have to live inside of. But when you meet others that are also living in that space, you'll learn to know that it's its own unique space too.
And we go to overtime. 8 minutes here. 4-4 hockey game. Shot blocked. Follow-up try there as Burns was cruising in for the Wings. Quast trying to get it going back the other way now. Dean sliding it over to Border. Border going to the net here. Bounces to the corner. Across to Quast. Ooh, puck laying loose out front, and the Wings will dump it down. Going to be icing. And so we'll come back into the Armstrong-Cooper zone. Well, Grace scored the last couple goals of the second period and then scored early in the third. Seemed to have all the momentum. They're up 4-3, but then Armstrong-Cooper chipped away, got some chances, and finally Roush scoring on a rebound. Ended up tying it up, and here we are in OT. And now kind of all that matters is what happens now. You forget about what you did in those first three and momentum and all that. You just make a good play here now.
Most important thing is shoot and shoot again. And while you're at it, shoot.
Lost, and now it's dumped ahead. Wings Roush can't get there, though. It'll be another icing call against Armstrong-Cooper.
Boy, you want to be real careful about how many of these face-offs you're giving up on these icings. Boy, I'll tell you, one of them's going to come back to bite you sooner or later.
Off the draw, fight for it along the wall, back out to Quast. And he scores! Hit something on the way in, but Quast will get the game winner for Totino-Grace. As they strike just a minute 4 into overtime. Quast, the defenseman, getting his second goal of the game. Pretty sure it hit an AC skate on the way. It looked like it changed direction and hits the net, and the Eagles pumped up about getting the win.
Well, it's amazing. If you don't shoot, you're not going to score. And we'll get a good look at it here. Oh, it did. It hit number 8.
Yeah,
Is that Essen? Yeah, went under his arm. Wow. Big win for the Grace Eagles, though. This is a big one.
Yeah, there was a point in the game when it kind of felt like the Wings were in control when they had that 3-1 lead, but good comeback here for Totino-Grace. And when we spoke with both coaches before the game, they both kind of thought this, was sort of a toss-up type game, and that's what it turned out to be. And good win for Grace as they win it by a score of 5-4 in overtime on Quast's game winner for the Eagles. We hope you've enjoyed today's broadcast here. For Dan Ficken and all of our CCX crew, I'm Jay Wilcock. Your final score is Totino-Grace 5, Armstrong-Cooper 4 in overtime.